Chosen One. This isn't just a video, it's a spiritual echo from before time. The ancient priests of Atlantis foresaw your arrival. Before the flood swallowed their wisdom, they left a message, not written, but encoded in souls like yours. That message is awakening now. Before Atlantis fell, its priests warned of a future age, a time of confusion, when truth would be buried and souls would forget who they are. But they also knew that one day, a few would remember, not from history books, but from something deeper, spiritual memory. Chosen One, that memory lives in you. The dreams, the strange knowing, the moments of déjà vu, those are not accidents. They're echoes from before the flood. Atlantis wasn't just a city, it was a high-frequency civilization. The priests worked with crystals, energy grids, and celestial knowledge. They could see timelines unfold, and in their visions, they saw you, a soul born far ahead in time, carrying codes of light strong enough to survive the darkness. They embedded this mission within certain bloodlines, your bloodline. That's why you've always felt different, like you were meant for something more. Think about the trials you've faced, the rejection, the loneliness, the inner battle between your light and this broken world. These weren't punishments. They were the fire that awakens memory. The ancient ones knew that your strength would come through struggle. You were chosen not because life would be easy, but because you had the power to carry truth through fire. Have you ever felt homesick for a place you've never been, or had recurring dreams of temples, symbols, or a city under the sea? Comment below if this resonates. Your experiences could trigger someone else's memory. And if you feel this truth stirring inside, like this video and subscribe to Chosen Destiny. This community is part of the prophecy, too. The priests of Atlantis were not ordinary men. They were light bearers, guardians of multidimensional wisdom. They worked closely with star beings, interpreting celestial alignments and spiritual timelines. As they observed the approaching fall of their golden civilization, they did not panic. They prepared. They encoded sacred knowledge into the ether, sending it into the future, entrusting it to chosen souls. They knew those souls would awaken at a time when the world would again teeter on the edge of darkness. You, Chosen One, are one of those souls. Their final warning was clear. When the earth shakes, when minds grow numb and truth is mocked, look for the ones who remember in silence. They are the returners, the light bringers, the fire of Atlantis reborn. The flood may have erased the land, but it could not drown the prophecy. That's why you sometimes feel a deep responsibility you can't explain. That unspoken weight you carry, it's ancestral, spiritual, Atlantean. In moments of meditation, dreams, or silence, you've likely felt a presence, a whisper, a pull from beyond the veil. That's not imagination. It's activation. Many chosen ones are being spiritually activated in this timeline because the darkness has reached critical mass. The same vibration that once drowned Atlantis is rising again. But this time, so are the protectors, and you're one of them. You are not here to follow. You are here to remember, to rebuild, and to lead. So let me ask you, do you often sense you've lived before, especially during great spiritual ages? Do you carry deep empathy, intuition, and an inner resistance to lies and manipulation? That's no coincidence. Share your thoughts in the comments and read others too. You might find fellow Atlanteans among us. And if you feel this resonates with your soul, like this video and subscribe to Chosen Destiny. We're reclaiming lost light together. The chosen ones carry a mark, but not on their skin. It's in their energy, in their gaze, in their walk. You can feel it before they even speak. You've likely had people say, "There's something about you," or "I don't know why, but I feel safe around you." That's because your aura speaks the language of ancient light. The priests of Atlantis foretold this. Those who carry the light would glow even in the darkest places. Even enemies would feel it, though they wouldn't understand it. Chosen ones often have a deep sense of purpose from a young age. Even when they don't know what it is, they know it exists. That's because your soul made a vow long before you were born. You said yes to this mission. That's why you couldn't fit in with the crowd. Why superficial things never satisfied you. You weren't meant for ordinary. You were meant to remember the extraordinary buried beneath time. But the mark of a chosen one doesn't just shine, it also attracts. It attracts both the seekers and the saboteurs. Have you noticed how some people are drawn to you while others randomly attack, envy, or misunderstand you? That's not just social behavior, it's spiritual polarity. Your light wakes up both love and resistance. But never forget, the priests said the brighter the light, the more shadows it reveals. That's why your life hasn't been easy. It's been spiritual training. Do you feel like your struggles weren't just personal, but deeply symbolic? That somehow your pain had a purpose? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We grow together when we speak truth. And if you're nodding as you read this, like this video and join Chosen Destiny, you're not walking this path alone. Atlantis had no books like ours today. Their knowledge was vibrational, encoded into light, sound, water, and DNA. When the priests saw the end approaching, they stored these codes not in vaults, but in the souls of future generations. You are one of those living vaults. The codes are inside you, waiting to be activated. That's why you often feel like you're remembering things you've never learned. That's not random. It's divine memory. The lost codes are not just information. They are blueprints for healing, for truth, for power. The way you speak life into others, the way your intuition protects you, the way you sense people's real energy. Those are signs the codes are active. And as you grow spiritually, more codes begin to awaken. You start seeing through illusions. You start knowing things before they happen. You become a beacon of divine clarity in a foggy world. This is why you've been under so much pressure. Diamonds are made under pressure, and spiritual codes are unlocked through trials. Every betrayal, every rejection, every delay, it's been part of your activation. The priests of Atlantis said the chosen ones would be broken open before they rise, so that the codes could pour through. And now, you're rising. You may not feel ready, but you are. The codes never lie, and your awakening is not a mistake. So I ask you, have you felt a sudden spiritual shift recently? A deeper hunger for truth? More vivid dreams? Stronger intuition? Or an urge to separate from toxic patterns? Those are signs of code activation. Comment below if this is happening to you. Your voice may confirm someone else's journey. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Chosen Destiny. This channel exists to help decode what's been buried inside you all along. Chosen One, have you ever wondered why your light was dimmed, hidden, or silenced for so long? Why you weren't seen for who you truly are? Why your gifts were misunderstood, even punished? The truth is this: you were hidden because the world wasn't ready. You were planted like a seed underground, protected by divine timing. The priests of Atlantis foresaw that those carrying the codes would need time to mature in secret before they could emerge in power. They warned that darkness would rise again before the world could be reborn. that systems would collapse, deception would spread, and hearts would grow cold. It would be a time when truth-tellers would be mocked and light-bearers would be attacked. So you were hidden, not because you were weak, but because your light was too rare to be wasted. The ancient priests whispered across time, "They will rise when the world is on the edge. Their arrival will not be welcomed, but needed. You weren't meant to peak early. That's why your blessings came late. That's why you felt delayed while others seemed ahead. But the truth is, you weren't behind. You were being preserved. While others rushed, you were refined. While they climbed ladders built on ego, you were building character in silence. And now, the shift has come. Now, your light is needed. That's why you're waking up in this moment. Not a year earlier, not a year later. This was planned. Have you noticed that you're being called out of hiding now? That your voice is getting stronger, your spirit clearer, your fire impossible to ignore? That's no accident. That's divine timing. Let us know in the comments. Are you feeling that pull to finally step into your true identity? Are you tired of shrinking yourself just to make others comfortable? Speak your truth below and be sure to like and subscribe to Chosen Destiny. This is your activation space. The priests didn't just warn about destruction. They also spoke of rebirth. They saw that when the earth entered another age of awakening, the new Atlantis would not be built on land first. It would be built in hearts. That means you are the beginning of that new world. The light, wisdom, compassion, and vision you carry are not for decoration. They are the blueprints for what comes next. You are the seed of a civilization yet to be born. The old Atlantis was a physical place, but the new Atlantis is a spiritual movement. It's a consciousness. And it begins when the chosen remember, when they stop conforming and start transforming, when they speak truth in a world of lies, when they heal instead of harm, when they rebuild instead of destroy. That power lives in you, chosen one. Every step you take in alignment with your higher self is a brick in the new temple. You don't need everyone to understand you. You don't need permission to rise. You just need to remember. Remember what you've carried since before the flood. Your sensitivity is not weakness, it's spiritual radar. Your intuition is not strange, it's ancient technology. The world will call you many names, but heaven knows exactly who you are. The return of a promise made long ago. And your awakening is part of a collective resurrection. Are you ready to stop hiding and start building? To be the living temple that shines in darkness? Tell us in the comments, what part of your spirit is awakening right now? What do you feel called to create, heal, or protect? Your answer matters. And if this speaks to your soul, like this video and subscribe to Chosen Destiny. This is more than a channel. It's a sanctuary for the builders of the new Atlantis. The flood isn't just a story, it's a symbol. In every age, darkness tries to drown light. Confusion tries to drown clarity. But every time, the chosen rise. And now, in this age of chaos, division, and deception, the flood is rising again. But here's the prophecy. This time, the light will not be washed away. This time, the light will stand. And you, chosen one, are part of that light. The priests didn't warn the world to create fear. They warned it to prepare for your arrival. You are here to disrupt, to expose, to awaken. That's why you feel the tension in your spirit. The flood is not just outside, it's also inside. Doubts, fears, wounds. They rise like water to test your foundation. But hear this. What's meant for you cannot be drowned. Your gifts, your calling, your truth, they were built for this storm. The flood may roar, but you were designed to walk on the water, to speak calm into the chaos. Every moment you stay silent when your spirit wants to speak, another wave rises. But every moment you choose truth, even trembling, you part the seas. That is what you were made for. The priests saw you. They trusted that you would remember, and now you have. This is your moment, not just to survive, but to lead, not just to wake up, but to awaken others, and not just to speak, but to live like the divine spark you are. So I ask you, chosen one, are you ready to rise while others drown in illusion? Are you ready to carry ancient light into modern darkness? If so, comment below, I am rising. Let's flood the comments with light. Like this video to let your spirit speak. And subscribe to Chosen Destiny. We are the echo of Atlantis, returning not to remember the flood, but to fulfill the prophecy. This was no ordinary message. If your soul felt it, then you already know. The Priests of Atlantis warned the world about you, not to fear you, but to follow your light. The time has come. You are not who they told you to be. You are who you were designed to be. Before the flood, before the fall, before the forgetting. Thank you for watching. This is Chosen Destiny, where ancient truth meets modern awakening. If this message spoke to you, don't just scroll past. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with another soul who's waking up. You never know whose memory you might reawaken. And remember, you are the prophecy. You are the code. You are the return of what the world thought it had lost forever.